Hello everyone, welcome to Global Online. Am I audible? ऑडियो वीडियो का कंफर्मेशन दे दीजिए so we can start today's session. Let me check. Hello. Let me check, okay? Voice is okay. Screen is visible. Let me check everything is okay. Then I will start today's session. Okay? Voice is okay. Okay. Voice is good from my side. Okay, if you find any disturbance, so but everything is okay and clear from my side. Okay, so a very good evening to all of you. Welcome to Global Online. This is Dr. Swati is here. So students who are preparing for UGCNET June 2025 preparation, I am here with the Maha Marathon session of Commerce and Management. Okay, basically today, whatever the questions I'm taking today, from today till this week, so basically this are from the management. Okay, so I have a major focus on the management subject. Okay, so this is our day 16 and we are continue the session from the 25 day strategy. If we will get more days, so I will continue my strategy, my this Maha Marathon session, and hopefully this session will be helpful for your examination, and stay tuned till the end of the session, student. Okay, so let's start with the first question which is in your screen, and student, try with yourself to answer this question. Read the question carefully, understand the each and every line, and then you have to mark your question. Okay, um, so I'm just reading this question. The question is, which of the following are the main objective of establishment of International Monetary Fund, IMF? Okay, so basically here, if you are very well, you are very well aware with and you know the what are the basic objective of International Monetary Fund. Okay, so then you can answer this question very quickly. Okay, so option number one, to provide a long-term fund at a concession rate to the poorest member of the country. Okay, and to promote the development of the private enterprises in the member country. Then we have option number C, to regulate the exchange rate and enforce the rules. Okay, then we have a D option, to promote the exchange stability, maintaining orderly exchange arrangement, and avoiding competitive exchange devolution. Then E option, we have to promote the exchange stability. Then we have to assess next, that is E option, to assist in establishment of a multilateral system of the payment in respect of current transaction between the members. Okay, so mark your answer. Try. And student, what I analyzed from this from the last 13-year PYQs, that is the basic thing, the most important, that when we are talking about the IMF, International Monetary Fund, WTO, okay, GATT. So the objective of these all the policies and all the whatever so the basically they ask the objective, they give the stress on the the year. Okay, so the major things, you if you focus on the major things, so you do not need to um, read each and everything or understand each and everything. Okay, so basically you have to study of this all this. Okay, so what will be the right answer according to you, student? I'm waiting for your answer, then I will explain you each and every line. Okay, first of all, right answer will be CDE. That means to regulate the the main objective of the IMF is to regulate the exchange rate and enforce the rule. Second thing, to promote the exchange stability, maintaining orderly exchange arrangement and avoiding the competitive advantage and the devolution. And the E option, to assist in establishment of a multilateral system of the payment in respect of the current transaction between the member. Now, student, to provide a long term fund to first option. Okay, when I'm talking about the first option, to provide a long term concession funding, okay, at a concession rate to the poorest member. This is not the objective of the IMF. Okay, actually this is the objective of the World Bank. Okay, so this is a role of the World Bank, it's not a objective of the IMF, so it's the objective of the World Bank. Okay, to provide fund to the poorest country. Okay, then we have an option to promote the development of the private enterprises in member country. So IMF does not focus on the private enterprises development. It emphasizes on economic stability and monetary corporation. Okay, so to helping or developing private enterprises, this is not done by the, this is not an objective of the International Monetary Fund. Okay, so according to this question, right answer will be option number 4th, that is C, D and F. Okay, so this is the way you will get all each and every question explanation. Okay, so student, I am here with the complete course. You will get over here a complete course of the commerce and management. You know, student, nowadays we have a very less time because those students who are preparing for the June attempt, so we have a very limited time period, so crash course is also available to you. Okay, and the complete course is also, if you register yourself for the complete course, okay, so the new batch will be going to be started from the 2nd of June, and the 8,000 rupees will be fees. Okay, so here this 8,000 rupees is not only for the June attempt. Okay, so this 8,000, if you register yourself over here, so this registration is valid for 1 year. Okay, so if you're in case I'm just hoping that all of you are clear your examination in June attempt, but in case somehow if it is happen that your examination will not be cracked, so you have an opportunity here in global online, that you if register yourself, so you will get, you also can prepare yourself for the December attempt too. Okay, so this, if you register over here, then you will get 1 year validity along with the 1 year validity. Okay, so what you will get over here, you will get daily live session, recorded session. In case you, if you are not unable to see the daily live session, recorded session is also available in the app. Complete syllabus notes in PDF format you will get, and we will add you in the WhatsApp group. So in that WhatsApp group you will get everything in the WhatsApp group, even including your notes in PDF format, including your daily live session notification, everything. Okay, even that whatever I'm taking Maha Marathon session, this PDF I am sending after the class in the group. Okay, then here complete 100% syllabus covering over here. Along with that, I'm taking revision, and this revision I'm taking on the basis of last 13-year PYQs. Okay, this I'm covering over here. Along with that, I'm with the analysis of this PYQs, I make most important MCQs, and this MCQs you have seen in your question paper, okay, in the last year question paper. Then you will get over here full syllabus mock test, 4000 MCQ series with detailed explanation, PYQs with detailed explanation. Okay students, so this is the way we are preparing you for your NTA UGC NET examination, for your examination. Okay, and yes, the most important thing, if you register yourself for the paper 2, complete paper 1 is free of cost for you. Okay, so 8000 rupees is not it's a complete package. Okay, and you will also get a 1 year validity over here. So the you also cover the June plus again your December attempt to, and again for the next June. Okay, so this is a great opportunity for you. If you have any query, you can get in touch with this WhatsApp contact number. This is given in your screen. Okay, how to download the global online? I just quickly tell you, most of the people know known with this, but most of the not. Okay, so this is my responsibility. I will guide you one step by step. Okay, so you have to download the global online, then you have to go to my course section. Okay, you have to after downloading, you have to register with mobile number, then you have to go to my course section, then you have to search that course. Once you search, then you have to register. Once you register, you will get all your paper 2 plus paper 1, all the folder wise, unit wise folder you will get over here. So in this folder, video sessions is a recorded session is available. Okay, then you, along with that, you also get over here mock test, unit wise mock test, then PYQs. Okay, then notes, all the things for the paper 1 plus paper 2. Okay, so this is complete package student. Let's come toward our next question. Read this question. Oops, sorry. Okay, read this question carefully. This is numerical question. Okay, so what you have to need to calculate, you need to calculate the PV ratio. Okay, PV ratio, how do we calculate the PV ratio? We have the 2001 and 2002 data. Okay, sales and the profit. Okay, so sales is 32 lakh and in 2021, and in 2022 57,000. Profit will be, was 3 lakh and profit was 7 lakh. Now you need to calculate the PV ratio. Okay, so how do you calculate the PV ratio? First of all, what is the formula of the PV ratio? For calculating the PV ratio, is the formula is change in, because the whenever 2 years of data is given to you, the formula for the PV ratio is change in profit divided with change in sales. Okay, sales multiply with 100. Okay, so changes in profit is 3 lakh minus 7 lakh, it is 4 lakh. Okay, and sell 37 lakh minus 57 lakh minus 32 lakh, so answer is 25 lakh. Okay, so you have to divide with 25 lakh, then you have to multiply with 100. When you solve these all, so answer will be 16%. Isn't it simple? Okay, so right answer will be 16%. Clear? Sorry. Okay. Now the next question, student. list 1, list 2. Okay, models framework is given to you. Who developed this? Okay, so first one, Viro, VRIO, Viro framework, which is developed by whom? Value chain analysis is developed by whom? Product market mix is developed by whom? And pest analysis is developed by whom? Okay, first of all, Viro framework was developed by JB Barney. Okay, so it's developed by the JB Barney. Now, understand what is in the Viro framework. So, this is the framework which is used as a tools. Okay, and this is used to analyze the firm's internal resources, using as internal resources. Okay, and capability to understand their potential for competitive advantage. Okay, to understand, this is a tools which is used by the organization to analyze the firm's internal resources and their capability to understand their potential, how their potential to make a competition in the having the competitive advantage. Okay, so this is given by the JB Barney. Okay, clear? Now we have the value chain analysis. So the value chain analysis was developed by the M.E. Porter. Okay, value chain analysis is developed by the M.B. Porter. What is in the value chain analysis framework? Actually, this value chain analysis framework helps to identify the company's primary and supportive active that added value to the final product. Understand? Okay, it helps the organization, this value chain analysis help the organization to identify the company's primary and support activity. If that activity is added on that, so what is effect on his final product, so this value chain analysis helps the organization to identify the support and the primary support, that if this support is added in the activity of the company, so what is the effect of that in the final product? That is our value chain analysis, which is given by the M.E. Porter. Okay, clear? Then we have the product market matrix. Okay, product market matrix is also known as Ansoff matrix. Okay, product market matrix is also known as Ansoff matrix. So this matrix is given by the H.I. Ansoff. Okay, it was given by the or developed by the H.I. Ansoff. Okay, now this Ansoff matrix is used for the strategic planning by the organization. For what? To identify the growth opportunity. And how they identify the growth opportunity? With the help of, making the comparison, making a combination of the product and the market. Understand? When they make a combination of the product and the market, with the help of that Ansoff matrix, it helps the organization to find out the growth opportunity in the market. They can give a special focus on that. Okay, so that is your Ansoff matrix. Now we have the pest analysis. Okay, so pest analysis was developed by the Johnson and Scholl. Okay, and this analysis helps the organization to give a special focus and special attention to the external macro environment. Okay, and what are these macro environment factors? So factors like your political factors, economical factor, social factor, technological factors. So these factor, okay, and these factor affected by a business. Okay, so the pest analysis, it was developed by the Johnson Scholl, and this analysis, it helps the organization to assess the external macroeconomic factor. And what are these macroeconomic factor? Like your political factor, like your economic factor, social factor, and technological factor. Understand? So Vero framework is work on the internal source, pest analysis work on the external macroeconomic factor. Understand? Value chain analysis developed by the portal to identify the primary support. When the one activity is added on the final product, what will be effect on the overall growth of the organization. Product market mix is developed by the ANSOF, and this is work on the to find out the growth opportunity with making the combination of product and market mix. Okay, understand? Clear? So right answer will be A's answer 1, B's answer 2, 3 and 4. So the option number A will be the right answer. Clear, student? Can I move toward the next question? Yes. Okay, which one of the following cost arises due to the failure of the customers to meet their obligations when payment on credit sale become due after the expiry of the credit period? Okay, so we have option number 1, collection cost, option number 2, capital cost, delinquency cost, and we have a default cost. Now the question is, what is the delinquency cost, ma'am? Delinquency cost, that is, we can say the criminal cost. Okay, now which of the following costs arises due to failure of the customer to meet their obligation when the payment on credit sale become due after the expiry of credit period? That is what understand the one by one. Okay, what is the collection cost, students? So collection cost is incur. When collection cost is incur? When the payment is overdue. When we have overdue payment, okay, that is our collection cost. Okay, and this cost will include the follow up, like legal fees, like recovery expenses. Okay, so we can say the follow up legal fees, or we can say recovery expenses. Okay, now what is about the capital cost? So capital cost is what? This is the capital cost is also called as opportunity cost. Why we called as opportunity cost? We use this cost as a opportunity cost of fund, and this cost of fund is tie up in the receivable things, okay, which could be used anywhere else. That is your capital cost is we can consider as a opportunity cost. Okay, so this is your opportunity cost. Okay, then we have a default cost. Okay, what is about the default cost? When they occur from the losses. Okay, they occur due to the losses. So losses resulting from the customer who completely fail to pay after the credit period, or lending to the financial losses for the business. That is your default cost. Now what is about the delinquency cost? So delinquency cost, this is the cost arises from delay payment. Okay, delayed payment by whom? By the customer. Okay, and requiring additional administrative work and potential losses of the interest revenue. Now what is the question? Now you which of the following cost arises due to the failure of customer to meet their obligation when the payment on credit sale become due after the expiry of the credit period? After the expiry of the credit period. So what will be the right answer? The right answer will be the delinquency cost. Okay, I think default costs are loss resulting from the customer when completely fail to pay after the credit. And what you want to say, to due to the failure of the customer to meet their obligation when the payment on the credit sale become due. Okay, okay, delay of payment, so that's why it's a delinquency cost. Okay, yes, so option number 3 will be the right answer for this question, student. Okay, clear? Yes. Now moving toward the next question. Formulating and executing human resource policy and practices that produce the employee competencies and behavior the company need to achieve its strategy aim. It's called option number 1 strategic human resource management, option number 2 strategic human resource planning, option number 3 strategic human resource auditing, and option number 4 that is strategic human resource evaluation. Okay, so yes, when the organization formulating and executing human resource policies and practices that they produce the employees competency and the behavior. So whenever this competency and the behavior is valued under the management. Okay, so management helps human resource management, strategic human resource management. This involve the HR policies and the practices with the company strategic goal to ensure the employees possesses the skill, either they having the skill to be in the company, if that skill will be fulfill the particular vacancy or the vacant place or the particular job, and the what kind of behavior to be needed to driving the organization success. These all the things will be covered, will be formulated under the strategic human resource management. So that exactly is asking in this question, formulating and executing human resource policies and the practices that produce the employees competency, is that employee are skillful for that particular job or not, either they have their behavior is helpful for the organization or or are needed for the succession of the organization or the growth of the organization. So that all the things will be we study in the strategic human resource management. Clear? So right answer will be option number 1 will be the right answer. Okay, now moving toward the next question. Which of the following institution are provider microfinance services to poor? Okay, microfinance services to the poor. Option number 1 conventional weaker section lending bank, then we have a microfinancing institution, we have a self help group bank linked to group program, and we have a exim bank. So what you will understand with this question and what will be the right answer for this question. Okay, mark your just if you are watching this video, just make a pause of this video and answer your try to answer this question, and then you have to unpause. So when you unpause, I am here with the explanation. Okay, so student, as you know, just use the elimination method. You know that option number D exim bank is work on the basis of on which help to facilitate the international trade. Exim bank helps to facilitate the international trade for the export and import, to for the export and import. Okay, it's not for the microfinancing services to the poor. Yes, they provide a finance to the for the export and import, but not to the poor. So you can easily eliminate the option number D. If you eliminate the option number D, so your option 3 will be going to be cancelled. Okay, so what will be the right answer? So understand, when we are talking about the conventional first option, that is conventional weaker section lending bank. Okay, actually this conventional weaker section lending bank, this bank provide a financial services which target toward the weaker section of the society, and this weaker section include the loans for the low income individual or the small business. So this bank will help to the low income group, individual group or the individual, or these it helps to for small businesses. Okay, now we have a microfinance institution. So this is this is what? MFIs. Okay, and these are specialized institutions that offer the financial services like a loan to small business owners. Okay, and also to the saving option to the poor, and this will enable them to start their new small businesses. Okay, and improve their livelihood, isn't it? Now we have a self-help group banking link program. So this program is linked for the self-help group. Okay, and self-help group we can say SHGS, self-help groups. Okay, and this with the bank to provide the financial services to underserve the community and promote the saving and the credit facility for the economic development, economic empowerment. Okay, so according to this, which institution provide the microfinancing services to the poor? First one, conventional weaker section lending bank, and the second one, that is microfinancing institution, and we have the next one, that is self-help group banking linkage group. So here right answer will be option number 4, A, B, C. Clear? So option number 4 will be the right answer, isn't it? Can I move toward the next question? Yes. So what is the next question? The structuralist theory of inflation was proposed by. Structuralist theory of inflation was proposed by. First of all, understand what is the structuralist theory. Okay, this theory is work on the attributes, and these attributes related to the inflation. Okay, this attributes, the attributes which are related to the inflation, and this in the inflation, what kind of structure factors of the economic which affect to the inflation, that will be going to, that was studied in the structuralist theory. So structuralist theory of inflation, this work on the attributes of inflation to structure factors in an economic, and such as we have a supply bottlenecks. Okay, and also work on the rigidities rather than the just on the monetary factors. Okay, just on the monetary factors. As you know that to control the inflation, there are the two policies are working. First one, that is monetary policy. Okay, monetary policy, and the second one, that is a fiscal policy. As you know that I know that you are aware with the monetary policy. Monetary policy is regulated and the controlled by the RBI. Okay, and the RBI play a very important role to control the inflation. How RBI control the information? With the contrary okay, with the help of their contradictory, monetary, contradictory, not contractionary, okay, contractionary monetary policy. Okay, what is happening in the contractionary monetary policy? uh, to reduce the inflation, what they do, they increase the interest rate or interest rate, okay, and what they do, they sell their securities, okay, securities like a treasury bill, government bonds, okay, they will sell their securities and the government bonds, okay, to control the inflation, okay, and the fiscal policy which is governed by the government, and government take a major steps to control the inflation, okay, and all the attributes which affect along with this, okay, along with the monetary policy, along with the fiscal policy, we have other things which also affect to the inflation, and these factors will be studied in the structuralist theory, and this theory was developed and clear, okay. Give me a second, student, because electricity went off over here. I am just reconnecting. Okay, I just need to check, isn't it all thing is okay or not? I just need to check. Okay, give me a minute. So student, okay, clear. Yes, moving toward the, so right answer will be option number 1. Understand what is about the structuralist theory. Structuralist theory, this is theory which is work on the inflation, okay. So you, as I said, that is, this is to control the inflation. There are the basically two policies are important, that is monetary policy which is governed and controlled by the RBI, and second fiscal policy which is governed and regulated by the government. But there are the some factors like the supply bottleneck and rigidity in the economics. So to sort it out, this all the things, the structuralist theory will play a very important role to control the inflation, okay, to manage the inflation, isn't it? Yes, so the right answer will be option number 1. Clear? Yes, so moving toward the next question, I just need to check. Okay, yes. Now the next question which is in your screen, student, what is the belief among pluralists regarding the conflict in the organization? Pluralist regarding the conflict in the organization. Option number 1, conflict is unnecessary and should be avoided at all cost. Conflict is necessary and should be ignored. Third option, conflict is necessary but it can be managed and resolved. And fourth one, conflict should be eliminated through the strict rule. So what you will consider about the conflict, okay. So what is actually belief of the conflict in the pluralist things, okay. So understand, student, the when we are talking about the pluralist, okay, where is it? Okay, pluralist see the conflict in the organization as a natural thing, as a natural outcome, so if anything is natural, because you know that there are the lots of people in a one place, so they having a different opinion, they having their own belief, they having their own values, and that's why opinion going to be conflicted between the people. So this is, the pluralists see the conflict as in the positive way, and either we can say in the this, they consider the conflict as a natural outcome. Okay, so when we consider when the pluralists consider as a conflict is a natural outcome, so this is conflict, they consider the conflict is a necessary things. And if the conflict is comes over here, so you have to, or the organization should be have to manage this, and they having the ability to resolve this. So the pluralists see the conflict in the organization as a natural outcome of the diverse interests among the employee and the management, and they believe that the conflict is not unnecessarily harmful. It might be productive, it might be productive for the organization, because effective conflict resolution strategy are essential to address and balance these all the organization harmony. Okay, and sorry, or you can balance the different interests for the organization harmony. Okay, so that's why option number 3 will be the right answer over here. Okay, so first thing, that is pluralist, they see the conflict as a natural outcome. Okay, and if they see the natural outcome, they consider the conflict as a necessary, is not, the conflict will be considered as a, is not isn't it not harmful for the organization, it's not necessary that every conflict will be harmful for the organization. So if there is a conflict, so you have to organize and have to manage it and resolve it and make a progress on that. Okay, moving toward the next question, student. We have the names of theory, and we have the list number 2, that is propounder. So theory of opportunity and innovation, theory of profit, theory of entrepreneurial supply, theory of psycholinguistic theory. So first, that is theory of opportunity and innovation. First of all, understand, actually this theory of opportunity and innovation, its work on, it's give emphasis to the key elements for enterprises success. Okay, if enterprises or the organization having the opportunity, just grab that opportunity and make a innovation in your business, so it will lead to the succession in your organization, in your business. Okay, so this is given by the Peter Drucker. So the theory of opportunity and innovation is given by the Drucker. Okay, then we have a theory of profit. So theory of profit is work on risk, on the concept of risk and uncertainty. If a person or the business having the ability to face the risk and to overcome with the uncertainty, so that particular person will be find a success in their enterprises, in the business. So theory of profit is work on the risk and uncertainty, which is given by the Frank H. Knight. Okay, this is given by the Frank H. Knight. Now the theory of entrepreneurial and supply. Okay, now we have the theory of entrepreneurial and supply. Now what is about the entrepreneurial supply? Actually this entrepreneurial supply is work on a, this theory is work on how the cultural and social factor. Okay, he said this theory is talking about the how the cultural and social factor will affect or the factor influence or affect to the supply of entrepreneurs. Okay, so this factor, so this is given by the Thomas. Okay, Thomas, this is given by the Thomas. Then we have a cyclonetic theory. So cyclonetic theory is, this theory is based on to understand the personality traits and to understand the motivation factors, these factor which influence the behavior, okay, and behavior of the enterprises. Okay, so this is, you can connect with the, this is given by the this one. Okay, Sigmund. Okay, so what will be the right answer? Option number B, second one will be the right answer. Okay, again I am repeating, the theory of opportunity and innovation is given by the Peter Drucker. What is the what is about this theory? This theory is talking about the element factor uh, 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 which is work on the innovations and the opportunity which is helpful for the entrepreneur success. Okay, just grab that opportunity, grab that things which will leads to success in the success to the entrepreneurs. Okay, then we have the theory of profit. Theory of profit is give the stress on the risks and uncertainty, and if you work on this, okay, if you are overcome with this, with the risks and uncertainty, on the basis of that, profit to the entrepreneurship. Okay, then the theory of entrepreneur supply. Entrepreneur supply is affected by the, or the influence by the factors like cultural factor and the social factor. This can influence the supply of the enterprises. Okay, then we have a cyclonetic theory. So cyclonetic theory is work on the personality and the motivation. This factor affect to the organization, entrepreneur supply. Okay, so these are the, this is theory and this is given the preponderance. Okay, then moving toward the next question. Opportunity. Okay, this one. Then we have, okay, now the next question, that is traditional view. Okay, here answer is already given to you. Anyways, option number 1, that is conflict, is giving to you in the option number 1, and list number 2 is appropriate views. Okay, so first one, traditional view. Traditional view holds the belief that, okay, so option number A you can match with. What is about the traditional view hold? Okay, so option number A is matched with option number 2, that is the belief that all conflict is harmful and must be avoidable. So traditional view about the conflict is that they think that all the conflict is arises between the within the organization are the harmful. They consider the conflict as a harmful factor. Okay, and these factors you need to avoid, and because if you are not avoid this directly affect to the focus of the organization, and it's adversely affect to the harmony and the stability in the organization. So this is a view about the conflict in the traditional view. Okay, now what is about the human relation view? When we are talking in the human relation view, this suggests that conflict is a natural thing. Okay, and this is inevitable outcome in the in any group. So acknowledging its presence a normal part of the group dynamics. So human relation view is work on, that is this conflict are natural thing and this conflict will be unavoidable. Okay, so work on that. Then interactional views work on that conflict is not a positive. So they say that they having the perception about the conflict, that the belief and that the conflict is not a positive force in the group, but it is absolutely it is absolutely necessary for a group to perform effectively. Okay. Then we have a functional conflict. Understand? Then we have a functional conflict. Functional conflict is work on that these functional conflict that support the goal of the group and improve its performance. The functional conflict see the conflict like they are in a positive way. Okay, and they consider that this conflict will help to the organization to improve their performance, and this conflict will help to the organization to achieve the goal. Okay, so this conflict is support to the goal of the group and improve the performance, and see a certain conflict is beneficial for the organization, and this will helps to leads to enhancing the organization outcomes. Okay, understand? So option number D will be matched with the third one. Okay, again I am repeating that the traditional viewers of the traditional view of their it's about the conflict is their consider conflicts are harmful for the organization and they should be avoidable. Okay, they need to be avoided. This is the traditional view. What is about the human relation view? They consider the conflict as a natural outcome. Okay, and it is inevitable outcome in any group. Okay, you cannot eliminate this outcome. They consider as a natural thing. Then interaction view, they consider the conflict as is not a positive force in the group, but it absolutely necessary for the group to perform effectively. Okay, functional conflict, they consider that the conflicts arises between the organization, they having the positive force. Okay, they consider as this conflict, if the conflict is a group goal. Okay, so this is a view of each and every conflict and their perception about that conflict. Okay, clear? Okay, then we have the next question, approaches of management. We have in list 1 we have approaches of management, is list number 2 explanation, their explanation. Okay, so we have a decision theory approach, then we have a management science approach, then we have a operational approach, we have a contingency approach. Okay, understand each and every approach of management. Okay, now student, when we are talking about the decision theory approach, actually this decision theory approach is focused on decision making. So you can easily match option number A with the third one. Okay, and this decision making providing a structural approach to choosing among the alternatives. To this will help, this decision theory approach helps the organization to choose the alternatives in among the approaches. Okay, so this is our decision theory approach. Now what is about the management science approach? Management science approach is having the view of managing mathematical processes. Okay, and this mathematical processes like your quantitative techniques. Okay, when we are talking about the mathematical, so this having the nature of quantitative. Yes, when we can quantify this mathematical process. Okay, the quantitative techniques in the decision making. So management science, when we use the word science, it's you can easily consider as a mathematical process. Okay, because science, which is you can calculate, you can having a scientific proof with the in a quantity. Okay, then we have a operational approach. So operational approach drawn together with the concept, with the principles, with the techniques and the knowledge from the other field of managerial approaches. Okay, so this operational, when the operational approach is work on to draw the concept, to draw the principles, to draw the techniques and the knowledge from the other fields of managerial approaches. That is our operational approach. We have a contingency approach. So contingency approach is work on suggests that or managerial practices depend on the circumstances. Okay, and these circumstances will be vary on each situation. Okay, so this contingency, which is contingency like which is not fixed. Okay, this will be happen suddenly. Okay, so this is contingency approaches, that is managerial practice depend on the circumstances, and these circumstances are not fixed, they are vary from each situation, vary to each situation. Okay, so what will be the right answer? Option number third one will be the right answer. So what is about the decision theory? Decision theory, it's focus on the making decision, helps to choosing the alternatives. Okay, management science, when you read a science word, you can easily match with the mathematical process because they quantify the things. Okay, then operational, operation, the which drawn the concept, principle, techniques and the knowledge. Okay, contingency, which is not fixed, okay, which change according to the situation, that is managerial practices depend on the circumstances. Okay, so here the right answer will be option number 1 will be the right answer. Then we have the next question. Derivatives, types of derivatives is given to you and you have to match with their explanation. Okay, this one will be the last question, then we will winding up. Okay, call option we have, put option we have, then future contract and forward contract. What is the call option? What is about the call option? Call option gives the holder right but not the obligation to buy the specific security at specified exercise price. Okay, so what is about this? That is contract give the holder right but not obligation. So you can match with the option number 4. So what will be the right answer? Option number 1 will be the right answer. Call option, it's that means your buy option. Okay, so when you are buying things, so you having a right to buy but you are not obligated to sell the security. No obligation to sell the security or by a certain date at a fixed exercise price. If you buy something, there is not necessary to sell it, you can hold it. Okay, so this is your call option. What is about the put option? Put option, that means sale option. Okay, so put option, that is the holders having the right but not the obligation to sell the security. Sorry, I make a mistake. Okay, understand? Yes, when we are talking about the call option, this is a buy option. Okay, so here call option is that this is a contract of that give the holder to right but not obligation to buy the specific security at a specified exercise date. Clear? What is about the put option? Put, that means selling option. So selling option is a contract. It's a contract that, this is not option number A, is not right answer. Contract that give the holder that right but not the obligation to sell the security or by a certain date at a fixed exercise period. Clear? You got it? Option 3 and 4. Okay, then we have a future contract. So future contract is that it is a standardized contract to buy or you can sell an asset at a future date and price and trade to through the stock exchange. Okay, so here forward future contract is an agreement between the two party to buy or sell an asset or at a certain time in future at a certain price and through the standardized contract and stock traded through the stock exchange. Okay, that is the future contract. Okay, for the future period of time, at a time in the future at a certain price. Okay, then forward contract is an agreement buy or sell an asset on the specific date for the specific price. When we use the word specific date, this is what forward. Okay, when for the future, this is future contract. Okay, where we say the call option, then there is no obligation to buy. Put option, there is no obligation to sell. Okay, yes, so right answer will be option number 4 will be the right answer, students. Clear? Okay. Okay, the next question, which one of the following is not true about the role of sale force personal selling? This one will be the last question, then we will winding up. Okay, which of the following is not true about it's true, I'm reading wrongly. Okay, sorry student for mispronunciation, for the reading wrongly. Which of the following is true about the role of the sale force and personal selling? Option number 1, personal selling consists largely of non-personal communication with a large group of customers. 2, personal selling is the interpersonal arms of the promotion mix. Personal selling is a less effective than the advertising more and the complex selling situation. Personal selling force is not allowed to adjust the market offer and the presentations to fit the each customer specific needs. So when we are talking, student, when we are talking about the sale force or the personal selling, it means that when you are directly make a contact or face to face contact, okay, face to face interaction, we can say the interaction. Okay, face to face interaction with the customer, and this will make it that is interpersonal elements, okay, of the promotion mix, allowing the sales personnel and also to build a relationship and tailor the presentation to individual customer needs. So yes, what will be the right answer? Option number 2, that is personal selling is the interpersonal arms of promotional mix. Clear? So option number 2 will be the right answer. Okay student, so these are the questions of today's Maha Marathon session. We are okay, then we will see you on Saturday. Okay, Saturday we'll meet you in the same time on the Saturday. Okay then, bye bye.